Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts. Thank you for joining me today. I've had a request. I put a message out with my last little project where I made a little paper bag folio, and I did put a message out if anybody wanted me to do a process video, that I would gladly oblige and do that. And yeah, I've had a few requests, so what I've done is I've printed off some more of the Shabby Things digital kit from Mandy over at Sunflowers and Doors. She's created this beautiful kit, and yeah, there's umpteen pages of lusciousness for you to get hold of, and you know, follow along if you wish. And all you'll need is some papers that you want to put on the folio, and you'll need some pieces of the ephemera kit. This one I've done 2 to a page to make them a little bit smaller, and I've left these ones larger so that I can cut them down, etc., if I wish. And then I've printed off some more of the fussy cut ephemera pieces, and some envelopes and tags. And then this is a background sheet from the lovely Angela Kerr from her backgrounds, because the little journal that I made that I released on video yesterday was from the pinks. Well, this Shabby Things kit has got pinks in it, it's got teals in it, it's got blues in it and greys, so you can mix and match you know, what backing sheets that you want to do. So all you need then is a paper bag, and this is one of my pharmacy bags, and they come in different sizes, and I do use them to make all sorts of different projects, and I'll show you some of the other, if I've got them to hand. You know, they come in all sorts of different sizes, and as you can see, I do save them because you can make some lovely little mini journals with these. So I'll leave the link where I got this inspiration from. There's a couple of ladies that I've seen doing them, and so yeah, I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but I'll put the links in the information box below. And to get started, all you need to do is crumple your paper bag up, and you think, what on earth is she doing? And this just makes the paper a little bit easier to manage, so do that. And then because it's got quite a lot of print on, I mean, you can put your papers actually on these if you want, but one of the ideas that I got from the ladies is to turn it inside out. Oops, don't worry if you rip it, because all things can be repaired. So you need to turn it inside out, and we'll fold this over a bit more gently. I've been a bit too robust with it. Whoops, my dogs and my husband's just come in. So I have torn that a little bit more than I thought, but no worries, we'll patch it up, I'm sure. And what you want to do is poke out the corners as best you can with your finger. This reminds me of knitting days or sewing days, where you have to get in the corners and turn things when you've sewn them inside out and you want them to be turned the right way. The same principle. And then what you want to do then is put your creases back in. So we'll find those now. And I've got one along there. and one along there, and pop them down. And then what you want to do is shape these by folding out your corners again and trying to get them, but remember the bags aren't perfect, so just do the best you can. And at the end of the day, it is a junk journal. So same again, find your corner bits, and this will be a bit tricky because we've got a nasty tear along the edge, but as you will see in a moment, all is not lost. Just make sure that's turned there and turn there. Now then, you can turn these back so that they make little pockets in your journal, but I want to add my pockets. So this will all just get glued down. So as you can see there, as long as you haven't torn the piece right the way out, it doesn't really matter. And then what we want to do is fold them and shape the nose there. There we go. And this is going to make your little fold there. Now this bag is a little bit larger than the one I used yesterday. I keep saying yesterday, in the video that I released yesterday. So this journal is going to be a little bit bigger. So as I was saying, this bag is a little bit bigger than the one I used yesterday, and the one where I filmed it yesterday, I had a larger turnover like that, or you can have a smaller one like that. It's entirely up to you. You can make this however big or however small you want. So I'm going to do the same as I did in my previous project. I'm going to have a larger flap, because otherwise if you have a small flap like so, it actually makes your journal a bit wider, and I want it to be a bit smaller. So we'll make my fold there and take this in so it tucks in nicely, and there you have the bones, the skeleton of your journal. And then what you want to do then is get your glue, and you want to glue down all of these corner pieces, because it will save you time later on. So we've done that side, and do it on both sides. And the lady that I was watching, she then painted hers with, oops, let me just get I'm putting glue on my pages. Let me just move those out of the way. So she then used chalk paint on her bag, which I haven't got any chalk paint. So I improvised, and I just used what I'd got in my craft store. So put them to one side to dry, and then I'm going to glue all of my inside pieces down as well. So I do that. And then we'll glue this as well. And it's lovely and crinkly, this bag. I love the texture of it. And then we'll glue down here. Some of the folds won't actually match edge to edge, but in the grand scheme of it, it doesn't matter because it is a shabby journal. So now, as you can see inside there, that edge is still torn, but we're going to line these two with paper, which is why I've got this blue sheet here. And what we'll do now is line the inside. So I'm going to trim off the edge because it's got a white edge, although it's blue and white stripes. So why am I even doing that? That doesn't seem to make sense with me. So we'll just mark with a pencil like so, and I'm just going to cut straight down with my guillotine. So we're having a nice mild day here today. It's Saturday, and it's forecast rain, but at the moment it's held off nicely. So that was my husband that you just heard coming in. He's been taking the dogs out for their daily jaunt. So I've been doing some household chores, which I find a bit easier when the pooches aren't following me around. So what I'm going to do now is just pinch where the halfway mark is, and we'll cut that in half too. There we go. And then what we're going to do is slide these inside the pocket there, and it will strengthen our pocket. So we'll put some glue, and this is just a PVA glue. Now I'll turn it the other way, and then that'll just satisfy me that it's not a white edge. And what we're going to do is slide it inside the pocket, and there we go. My dog's just sneaking in, if you can hear him huffing and puffing. So that's that side done. And then same again on the other side. So we're going to slide it. Now then, do we want to do that side or this side? Yep, this side. So we're going to slide that in. And get it to the edge. And I'm just going to snip because that's my actual pharmacy label there poking out. So just snip that off. And then smooth it down. And then that way we've got a nice pocket in the back of the journal. There we go. So that's nicely lined and it makes it a nice strong pocket for you. Right, so what I'm going to go and do now is, while that's drying, I'm going to fill my glue because it's almost empty, and I'm going to fussy cut all of these. I'm going to leave those because they're for the journal, outer cover, and I'm going to fussy cut all my bits and bobs, and I'll be right back.